Hi, everybody. How are you? It's Mike Andrew. I'd like to talk about something that I've mentioned a few times in the past because it's really relevant and important for your career in the corporate world. And it's the notion of elevating your executive presence or your professional presence, whether you're presenting to senior management or you're in a meeting with your boss providing updates to your work, or you're interviewing for a promotion. So I want to provide some practical tips to elevate your executive or professional presence. So number one, and I've learned this one the hard way, be succinct. Be succinct. There's a discussion around the traffic light analogy, the green, yellow, red light. For the first 20 seconds, you've got people's attention. The light is green. Then the light starts turning yellow, and you better wrap up. Because when the light turns red, many people start tuning out. I had a guy that worked with me one time. He was brilliant with his opening. He captured everybody's attention at the beginning. But 5 minutes later, he lost everybody because he was still trying to make his point. And I used to talk to him and say, you're brilliant at the beginning. Just stop after 20 seconds, 30 seconds. You've made your point brilliantly. If they want more information, they'll ask you questions. So be succinct. How do you be succinct? And here's a tip that I use. It's worked for me because I had to learn the hard way. So number one, come prepared with bullet points. Oftentimes, whether I was in board meetings or presenting to senior management or whatever the context, they would say, Mike, what do you think? And I would already be prepared with 3 or 4 bullet points. And I would say, well, I have 3 views on this, 3 things I want to say. Bing, bing, bing. And within 15 seconds, I was done. And sometimes people would say, how do you do that? Easy. I wrote down bullet points. So rather than speak for 5 minutes, I made my point very succinctly. Now, how do you do that? How do you prepare your bullet points? Point number 2, be prepared. I always say, if you spend 10 minutes being prepared for a meeting, you're probably 10 minutes more prepared than the next person. So whether you're presenting to management or whether you're presenting to your boss, here's a good one. When you're presenting to your boss and you're showing the status of your work and a couple of things are behind schedule, be prepared. Why are you behind schedule? What are you doing about it? And what are you doing about it today? When will you finish it? So just spend 10 minutes being prepared, because I'm telling you that 10 minutes makes a difference. And 10 minutes isn't asking much, especially where it's a meeting and you're being watched. You're being watched for your potential. And thirdly, when you're in a meeting, always listen. Even when it's not your turn, listen. Because if you want to elevate who you are and elevate your presence, listen, because when you listen, it's amazing the questions that will come. And all you have to do, point number 3, have confidence. Have confidence to ask those questions, even those simple questions. And I was in a meeting one time. I come from a finance background, and someone was talking about the ROI of this major initiative. And I said, can you explain the ROI a little bit more? And the person said, Mike, well, it means return on investment. I said, I understand that, but how are we going to measure return on investment? Because there's different ways of measuring return on investment. Seems like a dumb question, but it's not a dumb question. So ask that question with confidence. So come prepared with bullet points, be succinct. Take 10 minutes to be prepared for the meeting because you're probably 10 minutes more prepared than the next person. And 3, listen, because when you listen, it's amazing the questions that will come. And ask questions, because when you ask questions, you're being collaborative. And you're asking questions in the spirit of supporting and being collaborative and helping your colleagues think things through. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.